What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action, spawning in the red color, playing as Odin. His name is Matreiuss. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Thor. His name is Yoshii. The map is Gold Rush, and this is the best of 5, game number 3 for the Champions League semi-finals. An incredible series thus far. Matreiuss pulling out a crazy strategy game 1. Yoshii playing arguably the best Loki I've seen on Midgard in tournament ever. Is that fair to say? It might not be fair to say that. Let's just put a caveat there. It might not be fair for me to say that, but he played incredibly well in that game on Midgard, winning a matchup which I think a lot of top players believe is very, very difficult. Now, game number 3, completely different. Every game here, we've seen both of these players picking a different god each game. This is incredibly rare in these sorts of tournaments, but these players here, Yoshii and Matreiuss, they are multi-god talents. They've got every god underneath their sleeves. They know the ins and outs of everything. They've been playing the game for so very, very long, and they are showing that in this series as we see Odin, the god of choice here for Matreiuss, most likely expecting to see Loki coming from Yoshii. And Yoshii here, I think he's most likely expecting to see Loki from Matreiuss. So I think both players are going to be a little bit shocked seeing Thor and Odin here. Why am I saying both players are picking Odin and Thor respectively as a slight counter? A slight counter to Loki. Well, in essence, this map, Gold Rush, all the gold mines in the center of the map mean one thing and one thing only. You can't sneak gold on this map. You can't be sneaky here. You've got to play very, very safe the entirety of the game. And by safe, I mean you need to be making army for the entirety of the game to ensure you can survive and keep on your gold mine. Make sure you're able to then expand to the next gold mine, which is always going to be a very short journey. So there's not ever going to be a time in which you can hold against a Ragnarok. Tends to be the case here. That being said, if you do play Loki on this map against a turtling Norse player, well, you can just leave the gold mines in your main base and just move forward and grab the middle gold mine, be mining that, and then you've still got that gold in your main base to fall back on if a Ragnarok comes. So when I say all this, and I say that the reasons why we haven't seen players doing that sort of thing, we've been seeing players saying that Ragnarok here versus Loki is a free win. I don't think that's actually the case. I don't think that's actually the case at all. Anyways, Thor versus Odin. Personally, my opinion here is that Thor is has the advantage in this matchup. Why? Because of Forseti. Forseti is amazing. You get access to trolls. That's the reason. Also Healing Spring, but mostly the trolls. So we're going to be seeing Yoshii most likely trying to use those trolls to the best of his ability, and Matreiuss is going to be needing to somehow play around those trolls. Now, the advantage of Odin is that he gets Great Hunt, and he's going to have a little bit of an advantage early game, and that he needs to utilize that to somehow get a villager kill or two to find himself an advantage here. Now, we are seeing that Yoshii is also playing around this to some degree by not even moving out onto his Aurochs early here instead of staying in his main base. He will be hitting the Classical Age first, which means he can more than happily move out onto a secondary hunt here. And he is going to be doing that as he hits that second age, realizes Freya's not through here, and he's going to be moving over into these Aurochs. He's got the Aurochs at the top here as well. Now, on this map, we do see, you'll see a forest fire coming in. This map, with Gold Rush, the wood lines, they're a little bit challenging to deal with, but effectively, you just have to move a little bit further away from the forest here. If your forest fires this, you can actually probably move to here and be completely safe. So the early forest fires tend to not do all too much, as we do see Matreiuss now moving forward. The troll here sees the Ulfsark, and Matreiuss has to retreat back as Yoshii, he's already pushed forward. He also sent a gatherer in there as well, as the Valkyrie going to be searching around for something to kill. The Longhouse is now coming down at the back of the base as the units are going to be coming out for Yoshii. Yoshii actually going for some early throwing axemen here as well as the Ulfsark. An interesting unit composition here. Personally, I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I prefer to see early Ulfsark in this matchup with raiding cavalry mixed in. Why? Because you can snipe those throwing axemen with the raiding cavalry, and you can be in a decent position when that's concerned. As the villagers here retreating away, it looks like Yoshii does manage to keep his villagers alive for the time being. It wouldn't be a bad idea to swap that villager out here, as we do see a wall getting put up on this position over here. The wall over here needs to get built a little bit longer, but I'm sure Yoshii can manage that one in the near future here, as a Longhouse going to be coming up on this position here. Ulfsark's getting spammed out by Matreiuss at this point. Pure Ulfsark is not really a go in this matchup. You can start with Ulfsark and make that work. You can also start with raiding cavalry and make that work. Where lots of people have told me what the meta is on this, and everyone has said something different. So I don't know what to tell you as to exactly how the Norse mirror is supposed to go. All I know is that pretty much everything can work based on certain situations. Certain tick boxes need to come up, as we are now seeing the Ulfsarks swinging around the map. The houses coming up over here. The defenses getting placed in. Matreiuss is going to be wanting to hit this wood line. There's that low HP villager here that he can take out. The Raven, the Valkyrie can come through and tank the town center as well. But the army coming through now for Yoshii, looking for army kills. He does spot one raiding cavalry popping out of the Longhouse there. Takes that down as the house getting killed here as well. The Hersa is in position here. We'll see how fast Yoshii can react. This low HP villager needs to get into the town center. The Valkyrie here getting tanking up here as well, as Matreiuss does send the Valkyrie in. The villager's going to be dumping into the tower at the moment. The ox cart gets dropped through as well. Now the Ulfsark getting taken out over here from that town center, as the army still continuing to get damage done here as well. The villagers jumping back into the sentry tower, trying to make their way away from this position. But Yoshii can't pop out of here just yet unless he wants to lose one of those villagers, as he does pull this low HP villager away. There are straggler trees he can grab. He's searching around for villagers to kill here as well. Matreiuss is on this position, so those raiding cavalry are very, very dangerous from Yoshii. But Yoshii doesn't know where to look just yet. Remember, Odin has got the ravens. Thor does not. So Yoshii's map is basically fully black at the moment, whereas Matreiuss's map is fully scouted. That's the big difference. He's got no idea where to look for those woodcutters. Obviously, he knows they're on the outside of the map, but he doesn't know where or around there, as he doesn't really want to walk straight through the map there to make anything work. As this Ulfsark looks like it's going to get caught out of position by those Lone Wanderer Ulfsark catching up here. As we do see the army now coming in onto this position. There are two trolls out here for Yoshii, as he does manage to snipe down the Valkyrie with them. The villagers all staying alive as the raiding cavalry searching around for something to kill here. Yoshii playing a bit of a dangerous game by only leaving a handful of units on this hunt. But he is going to be sending those raiding cavalry through at this point to get some good damage done onto Matreiuss. Matreiuss is already noticing it though. The towers give him enough line of sight, and he's got a keen eye on the minimap consistently here in this game. As now Matreiuss starting to move out here with his army. He's got units on both sides here. He's seeing the raiding cavalry are not ready in position, and this is a big problem for Yoshii, as he's outside of his base. As the army coming through, the Hersa can start taking down the trolls as well. The villagers trying to make a dart for it here, as Yoshii going to sacrifice the majority of his army, as the raiding cavalry need to retreat back. Can Yoshii pull these units away or not? It looks like he can't. He's actually attempting to get himself to the heroic age here, it seems, which is just a little bit too greedy. In the Norse war, you basically have to get fully popped here, otherwise it just does not work, as one Hersa going to be going down, the other Hersa going to be going down as well. As he pulls back into the main base, the troll going to be popping out here, and we'll see how it goes as the raiding cavalry searching around. We will be seeing one raiding cavalry getting sniped there for Yoshii. Nice play where that's concerned. More trolls going to be getting popped out here for Yoshii. Every little bit counts here. Matreiuss can now start getting himself either more Valkyrie or start pushing himself to the heroic age. He does have so many cows though. He doesn't really need to leave his base and hunt, especially if he's keeping Yoshii in his base at this point here. It's 100 population for Matreiuss to Yoshii's 86 population, and this game has been completely turned around by the attempts of Yoshii to raid with the entirety of his medium raiders. As his raiding cavalry do come in onto the throwing axeman, Matreiuss pulling back underneath the town center fire. The watchtower is getting a lot of damage done as the raiding cavalry pushing through here. We do see some Ulfsarks popping out here by Matreiuss. He may have converted villages there. Matreiuss' villager count is at 32 here. I'm not sure he's lost any villages at this point. I think he just converted some villages to Ulfsark. As the raiding cavalry going to turn around, get a little bit of damage done here. Raiding cavalry versus Ulfsark, relatively close in terms of effectiveness, to be honest, especially with the medium raiders in, as the villagers going to be coming through here to get a little bit of damage as well. Yoshii does need to retreat back for the time being, as the army now moving over onto this second town center by Yoshii. A little bit greedy to get a second town center in the Norse wall. We'll see if it works out. Frost is so very, very important here in this matchup, as well as everything else that comes with it. As the raiding cavalry moving back in, Matreiuss is at full population. Yoshii also grabbing that town center is going to be an issue in of itself, just because he's behind in population. As the army pulls off the town center, just 2 throwing axemen going to be getting that one up, as the healing spring does drop through here. And Matreiuss will notice that. He might want to try and grab that for himself here, as the army going to be coming through. But the trolls, they're just too scary at the moment for Matreiuss to want to be engaging here, it seems. As Matreiuss, on the other hand here, he is going heroic age. He knows what to do. There's no armory just yet, but he's got the resources. He's going to be throwing that armory down relatively quickly with the 3 units, 1 throwing axeman randomly getting sniped there. As Yoshii, at this point, he does have the hunt by getting this town center up, which is the big deal. But Matreiuss' heroic age, there's a 3rd town center coming up as well for Yoshii. This is going to get spotted. It's so close. You can see the line of sight coming through that. I'm not sure that Matreiuss spotted that. No, he did spot that as the Ulfsark here. I think that Yoshii should be canceling this anyways. Losing this town center is not a big deal. I think he should not be getting it in the end. Getting those resources back and going to the heroic age here is going to be the most important thing. As the raiding cavalry swinging around here, we do see the town center now going to get grabbed, but for Matreiuss as well. As the villagers getting pulled off of the Aurochs for the time being. Do see more units coming through now for Yoshii as he's ready to get some good damage done. There is the medium upgrades on this position, but the trolls are in here. And Yoshii, at this point, he's got such an advantage because of those trolls that Matreiuss just has to retreat back. But he is going through Skadi, so he will be able to cast Frost on this position immediately. The villagers over here are getting shanked down, but Yoshii here, he gets a little bit of an attack back. He can also grab the boar and go to the heroic age. Maybe a minute behind Matreiuss, which seems like a big deal. Yoshii actually up 10 villages at this point. But the Norse war is so volatile. He's got to be careful here. Farms starting to come through. More units swinging around here. We do see the Ulfsark coming through as Yoshii's still trying to be very, very aggressive on this position. The raiding cavalry getting pulled back. They do have the access to the healing spring. You can take down a house on this position as well. As Yoshii, he's now going to be thinking, well, I've got to retreat back, right? There's 2 options here. He can stay forward, try and keep his army away from his villages here as best as he can, force some sort of a frost to come out. Do we see the armory up there? It is, and Yoshii will be heading to that next age. But the villagers, they've finished up on hunt, kind of need to move over onto the wood. Skadi now coming through here, so we do see a second town center now coming up for Matreiuss, as he wants that to make sure he can continue to compete with potential Ragnaroks coming through here. As Yoshii falls back here, and we will be seeing the army probably scaring Matreiuss off here. If he wants to take down that throwing axeman, he's going to be losing a lot for it. He does indeed lose a raiding cavalry as the throwing axeman stays alive. Husbandry plow coming through for Yoshii as well, as he's ready to start making those farms. There's still a couple of cows left here for Matreiuss. That's the big advantage that Matreiuss has got here. And the big disadvantage that Yoshii has got is that he doesn't have a whole lot of time to get himself to the mythic age here. He does have the gold, however, to do so, but he does need to focus on it. Definitely needs to focus on it. We see this town center coming up for Matreiuss. Generally speaking, the second player to click Ragnarok wins is the general rule. But with Yoshii having to farm here, he's going to be so slow to getting to this mythic age. Matreiuss is going to be very, very fast here. And we're actually seeing a third town center coming through for Yoshii. This could be a huge, huge moment for Matreiuss to win this game with an early Ragnarok, preventing any sort of Ragnaroks coming through for Yoshii. But Yoshii might be baiting in this point here, not really wanting this town center at all. Is he throwing up a market somewhere? I don't see the market anywhere. as the second town center is up for Matreiuss. The army coming through to deny this town center as Yoshii is searching around for stuff to kill here. The village is getting pushed back. We do see the trolls and the frost giants coming over here to take down a couple of units as the village is getting pulled back away from this position. Balder on the way here as the town center not yet up, but the army comes through. The Thrown Axeman retreating away for the time being. If Matreiuss here, or if Yoshii here actually has just built a market, he could have gone to the next age, and he does throw it up over on this position here, as I think just delete the market, buy the food, and be completely fine here as the Thrown Axeman distracting. But 50% of the way through, that's a 45-second advantage here for Matreiuss. That's enough to get yourself to the Mythic Age 9 times out of 10. Matreiuss has got a small amount of time here to make this work, as the Ulfsarks coming through here going to be checking out this town center. But the Thrown Axemen are already over here as the raiding cavalry searching around. The Thrown Axemen do get taken out. These raiding cavalry will get pushed back as well. But the town center going the wayside of Yoshii. Upgrades for the time being are non-existent for Yoshii and for Matreiuss as well. No armor upgrades in this position. Will Matreiuss be smart enough to realize he can't be clicking Balder? He can't be clicking Ragnarok at this point. He's got to know that the Ragnarok's coming for him. There's also Frost, so he can't even bum rush down the town center. And everything that's going to come down to in this game is going to be whether or not Matreiuss or Yoshii can get a really good Frost off here. That's going to be everything, as the raiding cavalry do chase down those Thrown Axemen nicely. One troll does end up going down over there as the unit's getting pushed back off of this gold mine here as Yoshii gets caught out of position. He's retreating away. The gold village is in the center of the map here. We're going to be seeing Yoshii push in here as well, as a fire giant is here, and we'll see if Yoshii can get a couple of kills. He does manage to do so, but no gold income for Yoshii for the time being here, and no gold income for the time being for Matreiuss either. As Matreiuss is going to have him. Oh, Yoshii's got himself the Frost Giant here, though, as he manages to catch out the Fire Giant. The Dwarves need to get pulled back. More villagers coming through here for Matreiuss, as well as the Balder comes through for Yoshii. It's got to have a lot of patience here, a lot of restraint not to click the button, even though you're gold starved. Both players are gold starved at this moment, as the Dwarves here getting taken down. Another Frost Giant coming through here as the Frost Giant walls continue to rage on. You have to right-click on the enemy Frost Giant here. Matreiuss is in position. He misclicks, though, onto a Thrown Axeman as Matreiuss here. Oh, Yoshii gets to retreat ever so slightly. Yoshii can be selling resources for the time being. He's probably got all of his villagers on wood here. As you can see, the wood is slowly starting to tank. We do see the houses coming up here. Dwarves coming over onto this position. No farms down for Matreiuss here. He's still on the hunt here as well. So he's got that advantage of not having to have built farms, even though he's behind on economy ever so slightly. Not having to build farms kind of makes up for that ever so slightly here, as the Frost Giants still coming through. Yoshii going to be retreating back underneath this town center. He's at 122 of 145 population. As the units in the main base are getting taken out. The Fire Giant will probably be able to live here with 37 HP, as now Yoshii can start thinking about coming back into the middle of the map to get himself some gold. Lots of wood still in the bank, still can sell that wood if he wants to. And I think that's exactly what he's trying to do. As the Fire Giant's still alive, villagers just pumping out here for Yoshii. He's still got that slight advantage as the town center is now up for Matreiuss, but the slight advantage of having this third town center up to pump his villagers up a little bit more. He's got 71 villagers to Matreiuss's 55 villagers. So Yoshii, he needs to make that decision to go soon, as he's not on the gold, because he's just wasting resources, not hitting the go button. As the villagers slowly starting to move forward here, we'll see if he can get onto that gold mine or what his plan is, as Matreiuss is standing around defending this position nicely. Copper Mail is on the way. Yoshii's also got Copper Mail, as well as one Thrown Axeman goes down. 2 Thrown Axemen going down here as well. Now the villagers on the gold mine for Yoshii. He can start getting himself a little bit more economy here. He's still pushing ahead in the villagers, trying to get up to 145 population. If you click Rag at 145 pop, probably can expect your opponent to also be clicking Rag. If you click Rag a little bit before then, they might be able to hold off on clicking it, and you might not be able to get as much damage as you might want done, as the army of Yoshii searching around for villagers to kill. The villagers finishing up on this bear here as well, as this game is gearing up to be a very, very spicy finish here, as the army retreating away here. There's the Hearser rolling through, trying to take down the Fire Giant, but the Throwing Axeman deal with that one easily. Matreiuss has got his own Fire Giant there as well, as Matreiuss' army starting to push in, wanting to take down the towns and are trying to force some sort of a Ragnarok out here. Is Yoshii pushing through now to take the villagers off of this position? Yoshii going to be garrisoning into the town center. Matreiuss can right-click on the town center if he wants to here. But Huntress Axe coming through for Matreiuss. Do we see Huntress Axe through for Yoshii? Not just yet. He's got himself 45 favor here in the bank to get those upgrades. Winter Harvest, the upgraded choice though, as the units coming through here, they see the Fire Giant trying to grab their healing spree and get healed up as best as they can, as the Throwing Axeman coming through here, getting a little bit of damage done. Huntress Axe just almost coming through, gets a huge bonus to the hack damage of the Throwing Axeman, which really turns everything on its head as the Throwing Axeman come through, getting a couple of villager kills here, as Yoshii not paying attention. This is the kind of equalization which Matreiuss absolutely needs here, but both players here now are currently in a position where they don't have any gold income, but we see Yoshii sneaking the gold with some villagers off of this town center here. Nice play. The Throwing Axeman getting pushed back as well. This Fire Giant with only 15 HP can join in on this fight, get a little bit of damage done with that special ability before most likely getting targeted down there, and it does end up getting sniped, but the units do take the damage nonetheless, as the villagers back onto this gold mine yet again for Matreiuss. He's still trying to juke here as best as he can, but there is champion Throwing Axeman, champ copper weapons coming through. Yoshii is kind of equalized, probably equalized here in all ways in terms of the damage differential between the Throwing Axeman, 6.75 versus 6.3. Huntress Axe is crazy good. You need Huntress Axe. That's crazy difference. Obviously 94 HP, significant amount more HP in this game as the villagers retreating away. Yoshii's still holding onto the Ragnarok here in this game. Obviously Matreiuss will be clicking it if push comes to shove, but it's currently only 10 villager differential. Can you rely on that one to make that work? As the Fire Giants now pushing through here. Yoshii, he doesn't have any Fire Giants out, and now he decides to click the button as Fortified Town Centers is coming through. Does he cancel the Fortified Town Centers as well? He does cancel that one, not being able to wait on that, as Matreiuss trying to just push the villager count up as much as he can, but the heroes, they're already through. They're going to start getting damage done over here. The heroes of Ragnarok immediately spotting villagers on this position. Matreiuss here, not clicking the Ragnarok just yet. He wants to just play defensive here as best as he can. This is a very, very smart play. We've said it before. Ragnarok first is never the way to go in these situations. As we see the Rag coming through for Matreiuss, it's literal. Well, I was about to say it's literally equal here, but it's very, very much not equal. The population differential is favoring Matreiuss for the time being, as his heroes of Ragnarok trying to chase down the Fire Giants. The champion Throwing Axeman coming through as well. It's going to be a battle between the extra HP of Yoshii's Throwing Axeman and the Fire Giant. Absolutely annihilate those Throwing Axeman of Yoshii. Differential in population is absolutely gigantic, though the units remaining on this position ever so slightly favors Matreiuss as well here, it would seem, as the differential in population, 80 population, that is 30 Rag heroes in difference. Matreiuss has got plenty of resources in the bank as well to pump out Fire Giant and everything else. Even though Yoshii's got his farms down, Matreiuss also got a couple of farms down as well. A couple more heroes of Ragnarok not even in the fight at this moment here. As Yoshii, he's got to be shaking his head thinking, how could he be in this position after he played it so well? But Matreiuss, he's controlled the pace beautifully. The army starting to pop out here. Yoshii's Frost finishing up second there as well. So he gets a little bit of a start on the fight. But with the population advantage that Matreiuss has, the massacre commences, and Yoshii here attempts to retreat away, but he's got nothing remaining. 70 population, 60 population, dropping immediately. Matreiuss has still got 224 population remaining, and in that moment, Yoshii taps out, and yet again, it's confirmed. The player who clicks Ragnarok second wins. I don't know what else to say. Matreiuss managed to get himself out some Fire Giants, and Yoshii just could not engage anymore. Also, the difference between throwing axeman hack damage at 20% and the extra damage that champion throw and axeman gives at only 10% is gigantic. It's gigantic. You have to get Huntress Axe if you're playing Skadi in these sorts of Norse wars, because those throw and axemen, they just do so much more damage for no good reason. And he does have bronze weapons actually, so that is a good reason. But bronze weapons plus throw and axemen plus the upgrade is just so much better. When you're thinking about ranged units and you have ranged units in your army, you want the damage upgrade, because they've got more damage than they should have because they're ranged units, because they're doing DPS when they're not attacking, right? But if you're thinking about melee units, they can't fight without taking damage. So it's actually almost better to get yourself the HP giving, boosting technologies. Yoshii kind of making a mistake there, getting himself that champion infantry instead of getting the upgrade for Huntress Axe. And that, I'm not sure if that cost him or if the Ragnarok cost him, but something in that area cost him big here in this game. And that's it. If you guys enjoyed it, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We still got a couple more games coming for you. It's best of 5, first of 3. We'll see you in the next one.